The main event is just moments away. On the line, riders and mechanics are preparing for the start with carefully thought-out routines. We're just about to get underway with that main event. When that card goes sideways, it'll be the signal for the rider, and there it goes. It's the signal for the riders on the line to put their bikes in gear, to start revving the throttles. The gate will drop. It does, and they're off. Round 13 of the Camel Supercross Series is underway. From Litchfield Park, Arizona, as the rain starts to come down, Sean Kalos takes the lead on that Yamaha. Kalos having trouble dog paddling through that. Kalos bails off big time. Sean Kalos, his bike went straight up in the air, jumped off the motorcycle. I can't believe he was not hit, and run over by the entire field. But evidently, Kalos is all right. He's on his feet and making his way back toward his bike. Meanwhile, rider number 7, Jeff Stanton, the current series points leader. The Honda rider out of Sherwood, Michigan, is leading. Right behind him, former Supercross champion Jeff Ward. Then comes Doug Dubach on that white Yamaha. Mickey Diamond, also aboard a Yamaha, running in a number 4 position. We have got a battle, and folks, it is raining here in Giant Stadium. About the time the starting gate dropped is when the clouds cut loose. Earlier today, it had been threatening rain. We watched the skies all day long, and we wondered if indeed we would get the main event in. Jeff Ward knifes to the inside of Jeff Stanton, and Ward has taken over the number 1 position. Going into that corner, Jeff Ward kept the gas on just a little bit longer than Stanton. Stanton had to go way up by the bales because Ward was pushing him there. He had no choice. So Jeff Ward is your leader. Now, rider number 7 is Jeff Stanton, the series points leader. Stanton is currently in 2nd place in this race. It's the main event of round 13. It has been an exciting one. Stanton was the early leader. He was passed by Jeff Ward, then it started. Stanton is catching Ward. Ward has slowed way down. Ward is falling off the pace. I don't understand what is happening to Jeff Ward. He's looking down at the left side of his motorcycle. That's where the shift lever, the sprocket, is located. It could be that Ward has jammed the motorcycle into 1st gear, although I think if that were the case, he would be trying to bump it out with his foot. Ward has just slowed to almost a snail's pace. All of the back markers are going around him. Meanwhile, Jeff Stanton, rider number 7, the series points leader, has regained the number 1 spot. As I started to say, he was the early leader, and Ward passed him. Now, Stanton stayed well within striking distance of Ward, but it didn't look like he had a lot left. It didn't look like he'd really be able to catch Ward. Gary Bailey has worked his way up to Jeff Ward. Let's see what he has to say.
What's the problem?
I think the transmission went out. It's stuck in 2nd gear, and it's chattering, so it's too dangerous.
The track, is it getting slick?
Yeah, a little bit, but I liked it, you know. I felt good. I was pulling away, and they closed on me because I felt it chatter going a couple triples, so I had to back it down, and then, you know, it just snapped, so it wasn't a good night.
Sorry about it, but you were riding good.
Indeed, he was riding good. Jeff Ward has ridden well all year when he's been running. As I told you earlier, Ward has won 3 main events this year, but missed 6 of the early rounds due to an ankle injury. He's going to miss the remainder of this one, this muddy one, here in the Meadowlands. Back to the action, and there's Jeff Stanton, rider number 7. Stanton is way out in front of the rest of the field. His battle with Jeff Ward on this muddy, slippery track carried the 2 of them well ahead of the pack. In fact, there is Johnny O'Mara, rider number 20, aboard that yellow Suzuki. O'Mara is in 2nd place as the riders in front of O'Mara go down. That was Jeff Frizz that triggered that crash. He was going slow. Doug Dubach piled into the rear end of Frizz. Let's see if we can't see that again. We'll bring it up on a slow motion camera. Here it is. Frizz was just slowing down through that rut, and Dubach had nowhere to go, plowed into the rear end of him. The tragedy would have been had O'Mara hit the 2 of them and gone down. Now, O'Mara does not have the secure, and Jeff Stanton goes down. He's quickly up. He's not hurt. And the bike didn't even stop running, so no harm done. He couldn't have lost more than a second or a second and a half over 2nd place Johnny O'Mara. The track, though, is getting extremely slippery. There are puddles standing. In fact, some of the ruts and some of the tighter corners are full of water. You put just a little bit of water on top of that clay, and you have a slippery, slick mess. It's like a freshly waxed floor, and all over the racetrack, riders are falling, are sliding out. And there is the white flag signifying 1 lap to go. It's been raining throughout the race. Just about time the starting gate dropped, the clouds opened up, and it started to pour. The surface of this Meadowlands track has been turned into a slippery mess with all of the water that's been dumped on it. Jeff Stanton has only a couple of corners to go, a few more moguls, and he'll romp home the winner. It'll be his 4th win, as a matter of fact, of the Camel season. He'll pad that Camel Series points lead. And here's Stanton. There's a checkered flag, and an arm goes up in victory. What a ride, a muddy, slippery ride, and there's Mickey